Long story short, conventions cost money, but there's ways that you can make it cheaper. Let me give you guys some tips on how to go to a convention for cheaper. Some of you guys know that I went to Anthrocon. It was really last minute and I had no choice but to make it a cheaper trip than I did the last time. Hey, what's up dog fam? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi. And if you want to be a part of the dog fam, just click subscribe. And if you want to be a big dog, click the membership button. I think it says join. I don't know where it's at. If you want to support me, or we have a project coming up, a big project. So yeah, if you want to support me, and we also have some exclusive stuff over there, you know. So step one, kind of, is save up and have a budget. Do research on the con that you're going in the area, so you can have like a little bit of an idea of how much you need for like the hotels, the badge, and all that. Like way ahead of time. Just start with that. Just do like a little quick math of, okay, so it should be around this much, and go a little higher. Shoot a little higher with your budget so you can have that wiggle room, just in case. Step two, go to a local convention. So a convention like in your hometown or whatever state. You can search your state and then convention, or one in the next state, somewhere close. So the only cost you'll have is the cost of the convention badge, or maybe some gas. So boom, right there, you already have a really cheap convention. And you can spend some extra money on that merch. Step three. Drive to a convention versus flying. So I did the math of driving versus flying, and flying costs so much more. It is not just the flight you have to worry about, like the round trip to get there and get back. You also have to worry about the bag. And if you have multiple bags, there's a extra charge for that. Then there's also a overweight, oversized bag. Yeah, there's an extra charge for that. And you know, when you're going to a convention, a lot of times you're gonna have multiple bags with the suits, the equipment. These things are kind of take up a lot of space. So you can just pack up a bag or two and throw it in your trunk. Then you don't have to worry about paying that, and you just drive in there. Also, you'll have to worry about getting a taxi or an Uber, Lyft or whatever, from the airport to wherever you're trying to go, either your hotel or the convention, because you know the plane's not going to take you directly to the convention. So yeah, that will be another cost from there to there. And coming back, you'll have to pay another Uber. So if you drive there, you wouldn't have to worry about all those costs. And also, you can leave at any time you want, because you know you'll have to be by the flight's time, whether you're like, I want to leave later on Sunday or whatever, because some of these flights could be really early and you have to be like, okay, I have to get there by this time and I have to miss the convention there. You know, when it's your car there, it's your time. Gas is a lot cheaper than the flight, as weird as that sounds. And also, if you're taking people with you, they can chip in with the gas, which, hey, we love to see that, right? I'm already forgetting the step. Step 4, avoid toll roads if you can. I did that on my last trip. I put on the maps, avoid toll roads, because there was a lot, and toll roads can add up fast. I thought it was like $1, $2. No, it's way more than that. And it could be a lot more depending on how far you're coming from. So yeah, keep the maps on your phone or whatever in your car if you can, and put on avoid toll roads, and that should save you a lot more money. It may take a little longer, but it saves you some money for the dealer's den, right? Step, whatever. The next step is pack food. Now this is what I also did the last time as well. I knew I was gonna have a mini fridge in my hotel, so I packed a little cooler of some foods that I can eat on the road as well as when I get there. Can you take food on, like a cooler of food on the plane? I don't think so. I mean, you can do whatever you want in your car though, so that's another plus. So I packed drinks, food, I put waters in there, little sub sandwiches, camp meals, snacks, you know. I know that most hotels don't have microwaves though, but they do have fridges. A lot of them do. So if it's a food that you can eat from the fridge, you know, you could take that. Not saying you do not eat. You have to eat at conventions, guys. You know the 6-2-1 rule. Or the 6-2-1? Yeah, you know the rules. Eat, guys. Don't eat trying to be cheap. Come on now. And also, not saying you can't buy takeout there, but it will also like minimize how much you have to eat takeout, because you got food there, and then it's like, I want to order some dinner, blah blah blah. You don't have to order all your meals. If you can, pick a hotel that has free breakfast in the morning. That really helps. Oh my gosh, I love free breakfast. I love hotel breakfast. I think most of my eating was breakfast. I would just kind of fill up mostly for the day from breakfast. They have certain hours where they have the breakfast bar open. Bam, there's a meal right there. You just save some money. Come on. Next step, because I've already forgot the numbers. Choose the cheapest hotel. I know it's not gonna be the hotel or whatever that the convention's in, most likely, but it will save you. Usually the convention will drop like a list of hotels. Just pick the cheapest from that list that you can do. The hotels will already be cheaper with that discounted price that they give it, so that's already a plus there. And don't worry if it's a little further from the convention, because they usually have shuttles, and they're free shuttles, by the way, to get you and take you to the convention and back. So there will be no worries, you know, walking long distances and stuff, unless you're going past, I don't know, I think Anthrocon was 3 a.m. when they stopped. That's a good amount of time. Next step, room with others. And I don't mean random strangers just to make it cheap. That's not fun. That's also a little scary. Room with others if you can. So the hotel might be the biggest chunk of your budget that you'll have to save for. It might be the biggest chunk of the cost of a convention. So having roommates will make that a lot better. If you have like 2-3 people rooming in the same hotel as you or more, you know, that price is going to be divided. It brings the cost way down if everyone's pitching in, so that's one of the biggest steps. But room with people you know, please. Room with people you know. I know everyone wants to save, but room with people you know. Stranger danger. Stranger danger. You don't want strangers where you sleep. You want to meet strangers on the convention floor. Just keep it with that. Where there's a group of people, meet them there. Now this step is going to make people kind of upset, but make a budget for the dealer's den. I know people, you know, but I want to spend this much, and I know you really want to, but if you want this trip cheaper, you'll have to make a budget for it ahead of time before you get to the dealer's den. The dealer's den, you see a lot of stuff, you'll go crazy in there and just start spending up your money, and then you're like, oh shoot, I don't have anything to spend now. You'll buy one thing here, one thing there, probably 2 things there, that's it. But you don't realize that all of that adds up, and it's like, oh no. So yeah, have a budget for the dealer's den before then. Like, okay, I could have this much amount of money for the dealer's den set aside. And then if you start getting up to that point, it's like, okay, I have to stop. Or you can walk around the dealer's den and be like, I want that first, and then go buy it. Trust me, it helps you a lot. If you took all the other steps and have more here, the budget goes up for this now. Hey, you know? So now you have a bigger budget to go crazy in here in the dealer's den. Also, don't forget the budget to get back home. Don't spend that money at the dealer's den. All in all, conventions are not cheap. But you know, there's ways to make it cheaper and more affordable. If you're on a budget and taking all these steps that could help you actually get to your first con or make it to a convention, you know, I'm speaking from experience. I had to do that the last time. And I did these steps that I just told you, and it was a blast. It was fun. Anthrocon was in Pittsburgh, and I'm in Michigan, so that was pretty close. I could drive that. It was about 6 hours, you know, so it wasn't too bad. It was pretty chill. I had a nice playlist the whole time, vibing. It was pretty fun. But these are the steps I took. I know there's probably many more out there. If you know some tips, comment down below. Or if you're gonna take some of these steps, tell me which ones you're gonna take. I wanna know. All right, I'm gonna go. That bed looks nice. Probably take a nap. Chill vibe day. Comment out.